There are places on the map that look like they've been forgotten on purpose. Towns where the streetlights still flicker on every night even though half the houses are dark, where the for sale signs fade faster than the paint on the porches, and where a whole home can cost less than a single semester of college. But behind every unbelievably cheap listing is a story. Sometimes tragic, sometimes fascinating, sometimes a warning, disguised as a bargain. Today, we're heading into the quiet edges of Canada, where populations are shrinking, industries have vanished, and houses sit waiting for buyers who may never come. These aren't fantasy prices. These are real MLS listings, real towns, and real trade-offs, the kind most people never think about, until they're standing in the middle of a street with more crows than neighbors. If you think you know what a cheap house really costs, wait until you see what's happening in places where the economy didn't just slow down, it packed up, left, and forgot to say goodbye. Let's get into it. Number 7. Coronach, Saskatchewan. When a coal town runs out of time, Coronach is what happens when a coal town runs out of runway. In the 1970s, the Poplar River Power Project brought jobs, families, and momentum. But as the world shifted toward clean energy, that momentum faded. The population is now around 612, down nearly 5% in 5 years. And everyone knows the coal plant's days are numbered. That's the backdrop for 102 First Avenue East, listed at $99,900. 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1,102 square feet on a corner lot. Built in 1928. Upgraded windows, oak cabinetry, a heated porch, and a heated double garage. The yard is fenced and bright, and most furnishings and appliances are included. Property tax, $1,442 a year. Coronach still has a health center with weekly physician visits, a sportsplex with an ice rink and pool, and the US border close enough for a quick Montana trip. But Regina is 210 kilometers away. The nearest full hospital is 90 kilometers out. The basement is unfinished, and the prairie wind hits, with nothing to stop it. This house is for someone who wants quiet and sunsets, and doesn't need a local job, or quick medical access. It's not for anyone who needs certainty, convenience, or shelter from the wind. If you think Coronach feels quiet, wait until you see the town where the wilderness begins, and the people almost end. Number 6. Smeaton and Holdfast. When affordable starts to mean almost alone. Smeaton, Saskatchewan, $99,900 and 163 neighbors. If Coronach feels isolated, Smeaton feels like the prologue to a survival documentary. This village has 163 residents, not 163 houses, 163 people. That's fewer humans than some apartment buildings in Toronto. Smeaton sits at the edge of the boreal forest. Pavement ends. Wilderness begins. Prince Albert is 100 kilometers south. Narrow hills. Provincial Park 70 kilometers north. Between them, trees, lakes, wildlife, and a silence so deep you can hear your own heartbeat. For $99,900, you get a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home on a 50 by 120-foot lot. Built in 1965, moved into town in the 1990s, and placed on a newer foundation. The living room is surprisingly large, the kitchen is open, and the house comes loaded with appliances. Washer, dryer, fridge, stove, microwave, even window coverings. The listing calls it a hunter's paradise. And for once, the marketing isn't lying. Moose, bear, deer, walleye, this is the kind of place where your neighbor might be a guy named Dave who owns more fishing rods than shirts. Property tax? $820 a year. That's less than what some people pay for a single month of parking in Vancouver. But here's the catch. No grocery store, no pharmacy, no bank, no public transit, and high-speed internet is a maybe, at best. The nearest hospital is an hour away, in good weather. In January, when the roads drift shut and the temperature hits minus 35 degrees Celsius, that hour becomes a gamble. This house is for the outdoorsman, the hunter, the person who wants a base camp more than a neighborhood. It is not for families, remote workers, or anyone who needs reliable services. And if Smeaton felt remote, the next village is shrinking so fast, it's practically disappearing in real time. Number 5. Holdfast, Saskatchewan. $99,900 in a village that's shrinking fast. Holdfast is tiny and shrinking fast. Population, 173, down 15% in 5 years. That's not a decline. That's an evacuation. And yet, the house at 1544 Frolic Street might be the best maintained property in this entire video. 3 legal bedrooms, plus 1 non-egress room, 2 bathrooms, 1,097 square feet, a partially finished basement, a double garage, central air, a big eat-in kitchen, and a backyard that opens onto endless prairie. Appliances are new. Shingles replaced in 2021, and the place is genuinely move-in ready. Property tax, $1,210 a year. So what's the problem? The town itself is disappearing. When a village loses a third of its population in one census cycle, services get harder to fund. Rinks close, post offices struggle, road maintenance becomes a question mark. Regina is about an hour away, which makes this house a potential bargain for someone willing to commute. But broadband availability is unclear, and in 2026, that's a deal breaker for anyone who works online. This home is for someone who wants space, quiet, and a low mortgage, and doesn't mind being one of the last people turning off the lights. Number 4. Plaster Rock, Nipigon, and La Flèche, where cheap splits into opportunity. Or warning. Plaster Rock, New Brunswick, the $98,900 surprise in the Maritimes. Plaster Rock is the kind of place that shouldn't have a house under $100,000 anymore. And yet it does. 1,000 people, a river that looks like it belongs on a postcard, and a community that hosts the World Pond Hockey Championships every February. Wayne Gretzky even showed up once. This is not a dying prairie town. This is a small maritime village with character. And the house at 422 Tobique Street, it jumped from $45,000 in 2021 to $98,900 today, more than doubling in 4 years. But unlike some speculative flips, this one actually shows the work. New deck, fresh paint, heat pump, updated furnace, central air conditioning, and a sunroom that feels like a warm hug in a cold province. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, hardwood floors, municipal water and sewer, and a detached garage. Property tax, $1,047 a year. The catch? You're 50 kilometers from the nearest hospital. The job market is thin, and winters here are not a joke. They're a personality trait. But if you want a livable home in a scenic, tight-knit community, this is one of the best deals on the list. And if that sounded like a bargain, the next place has a house so cheap, there's only one explanation. Something is very, very wrong with it. Number 3. Nipigon, Ontario. $49,900 for a house or a demolition project. Nipigon is different. It's not tiny. It's not isolated. It's not collapsing. It has a 24/7 hospital, grocery stores, restaurants, and sits right on the Trans-Canada Highway. High-speed internet is available. Lake Superior is literally outside your window. So why is there a house for $49,900? Because the foundation has collapsed. 152 First Street is officially a 1-bedroom bungalow, but the MLS data might as well just say, good luck. The north side of the foundation has failed, and this isn't cosmetic. This is structural. This is tens of thousands of dollars. Structural. The lot, however, is beautiful, backing onto a ravine with municipal water, sewer, and natural gas. And the lot next door is also for sale. Someone with vision and a modular home budget could turn this into a Lake Superior retreat for under $200,000 total. But if you're dreaming of a cheap fixer-upper, this is not it. This is a teardown. Wearing a house. Costume. Think that foundation disaster was bad? The next listing is even cheaper and somehow even more suspicious. Number 2. Plaster Rock again. The $40,000 gamble. Just down the street from the $98,900 home sits 432 Tobique Street, listed at $40,000. The entire listing description is 2 sentences long. That's never a good sign. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 602 square feet, municipal services, year-round access, and a lot that's nearly a third of an acre. Property tax, $383 a year. But the heating is baseboard electric. Expensive. The flooring is listed as other. Ominous. The crawl space means no usable basement. And the sellers are motivated, which in real estate language means, please take this off our hands. If you're genuinely handy, this could be a profitable project. If you're not, this house will eat your savings like a wood chipper. Number 1. La Flèche, Saskatchewan. The $15,000 house with no heat, no power, and no guarantees. And now we hit the bottom of the list. $15,000. Less than a used Toyota, less than a semester of university, less than some people pay in rent every 4 months. 214 2nd Street East is a 467 square foot bungalow built in 1913. It comes with 2 lots, a roof, walls, and not much else. No furnace, no electrical panel, no active water connection, no appliances, no guarantees. The listing is brutally honest. Project home. Needs work. Sold as is. La Flèche itself has 373 people, a kindergarten to grade 12 school, a rink, a splash park, and a heritage church. It's not a ghost town, but it's small, shrinking, and 45 kilometers from the nearest hospital. Installing a furnace, electrical panel, could cost $15,000 to $25,000. Suddenly, your $15,000 house becomes a $40,000 to $45,000 investment. And that's before you even think about insulation, plumbing, or making it livable in a province where winter hits minus 30 degrees Celsius like it's collecting rent. This is for someone who wants land, a blank slate, and a challenge. It is not for anyone who wants a home they can move into this decade. Cheap houses make great headlines, but living in them is a different story. In places like Coronach, Smeaton, Holdfast, Plaster Rock, Nipigon, and La Flèche, the prices are low because the trade-offs aren't. These towns are shrinking, aging, or rebuilding after industries disappeared, and the math of small places hits hard. But for the right person, these aren't warnings, they're chances. A $98,000 maritime bungalow, a $50,000 Lake Superior lot, a $40,000 fixer-upper, even an $18,000 prairie shell. They're all opportunities, if you know what you're stepping into. The real question isn't why they're cheap, it's what they offer that big cities never will: silence, space, ownership, and the freedom to build something of your own. Just remember, buying in a shrinking town is a bet. Some places will reinvent themselves, some won't. Some houses will become cozy homes, others will become expensive lessons. Do your homework, talk to locals, and understand the risks. A cheap house is only a bargain when you know exactly what you're buying. So, which one of these places would you take a chance on?